What's up, Eagles? Today we have our last show, EaglEye, for the year. It's going to be show 196, just like our district. Today we have shows ranging from just types of people to a farewell from our seniors. This year started out pretty good as a whole. 2020, not so much, though. I was talking about the school year there. 2020 started out with rumors for World War III. Then we had something from Korea. It's been a lot of crazy stuff. Then we transitioned into the coronavirus. And now, unfortunately, we're on to peaceful protests because of racism and something that a cop unfortunately did.
Yeah, it's been a wild, wild time, hasn't it?
It has been.
Unprecedented. You're living through it. It's history.
It is, yeah. Yeah, and it's good that finally, in my opinion at least, that there's finally been a stand for it. There has been previously, but this one really struck with people, and I think part of that is due to like COVID-19, but it's still really good that people are getting out there and voicing their opinion very well.
And you hope that something really changes this time around, right? That we make some real positive change.
Yeah, definitely.
But certainly, when you take what's happening with George Floyd and the community and the police and the efforts in our community, we want to not go backwards in terms of our connections with people. And that's one of the things that's been awesome about having a school liaison officer for years in our building is to help understand with kids that cops are here to help, not hurt. But all in all, man, we're going through some strange times right now on top of COVID. These are strange times.
Yeah. One of the things is like, there are, of course, some like bad apple cops out there, but as like from understanding at this school, like you come in kind of with this persona, like all of them are bad. Then you kind of just meet Officer Parker and he's a great guy. There's been so far kind of like 2 senior type nights out in the parking lot, and both times he stopped in to just make sure we're doing okay. The other night when we had our kind of senior sunset type thing, me and a couple of my friends, we were out there later than everybody else, but he drove by just to make sure we were doing okay. And it's just one of those things that's just super nice to have. But unfortunately, just not all cops are good.
Mm-hmm. It's like people, right?
Yeah.
Some good people, some not so much.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this time has been odd, and we've gone into, distance learning too, which is a very different reality for students. Alex, I think you have a story on that, don't you? You want to tell us about it?
Yep. So we have a show, me and Tony, we made. It's kind of like a comparison between online schooling and private schooling, like how people feel about it, what's good, what's bad, and it's basically a short story.
What's up, Eagles? It's Tony Arayapur here, and I'm going to be talking about the differences and the pros and cons between online schooling and public schooling. For online schooling, if you're more of an individual person, I think that would be better for you to just do online schooling. But for public schooling, if you like to get out there, do sports or activities and hang out with classmates and friends a lot, public schooling would be the way to go. I'm going to be talking about each learning environment for public schooling and online schooling. Public schooling is more of a classroom setting because that's how it's supposed to be. But you could also get distracted with your friends. It's easier to get off task compared to online schooling. When I was doing online schooling, you go into a quiet place, you try to get all your schoolwork done. But in a public school, you could easily get off task and not be able to focus as easily. The thing I'm going to be talking about is which one is better. In everyone's different opinion, some people might say public schooling is better, some people might think online schooling is better. My personal opinion, I like public schooling more because it's more interactive and you're actually there. Online schooling is better for learning, at least, getting stuff done. But online schooling is very effective. It'll just get more boring over time. So yeah, that was my thoughts about public schooling and online schooling. My name's Tony Raiport, reporting for EaglEye.
All right, that was a good story.
Yeah. One of the things, for me at least, for online schooling, which is really nice, is the course load's light, and it's nice to kind of get away from school. But at the same time, it's really nice to be in school with your teachers, all your friends, and just having help there accessible instead of emailing a teacher waiting a day to respond.
Difference. But what's nice about online learning is you can sort of customize it based on what you want to learn and how you want to learn. So
Yeah.
Some good might come out of this, as far as learning in general. Teachers have had to learn some new skills. Some students have had to learn some new skills, and I think things could be better as a result. We'll see.
but we've certainly learned that, what was high-speed internet isn't high-speed internet anymore. What used to be fast in our house is not fast anymore. When you got 4 people Zooming or you got 4 people downloading videos, it takes a lot. And then it seems like our neighborhood, the internet's slower, the discussion's gotten really slow. So, when you talk about online learning versus being in class learning, if we're all in class together, then internet speed doesn't separate us from haves versus have-nots. Kids who don't have internet access, kids who don't have fast computers, all get the same access in the building. So it's interesting to see what our challenges are going to be.
Online learning versus like in-person learning is like the perspective on it too. Like some people might like the online versus the in school per se. It's just all about like the perspective.
Well, speaking of perspective, do you ever wonder what a dog thinks every day? We have a story on that.
After I get out of bed in the morning, I like to head straight downstairs. After that, I usually brush my teeth, but today I'm really not feeling it. In the morning, I like to have a little snack before I go and start my work. Who is that? Right there, him. This morning I had a Zoom call with Mons. He didn't seem too happy about my grades. I'll worry about that later. I got a game right now. Right now. Yup. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Making sure to slip this in so I get a, bit of a better grade. Yeah. After a long day of hard work, I usually just go straight to the food bowl. Then it's time.
Right here.
I'm sleep.
Nice. That was cute.
Yeah,
That
nice
was
little
funny.
story.
I thought all dogs did was sleep all the time, so it's interesting to see what they're thinking.
They're losing
Yeah,
their minds. No nap time.
Yeah, all of us losing our minds too here in quarantine too. One of the things that I came up with is just like a little types of people video in quarantine. If you want to take a look at that.
Let's.
What's up, Eagles? Today we're going to be showing you some types of people during quarantine. Some you may be, some you may not. Let's find out. Alright, so the first type of person we have here is going to be me mostly, the gamer. You're sitting around playing video games from all day. It could be Overwatch, Call of Duty, you're stuck in the gulag. It could just be whatever. Just mostly sitting around playing video games with your friends. Next person of quarantine, we have the online shopper. As you can see, Kyrie here has bought a ton of stuff online since quarantine started. Alright, one of the next types of people we have is going to be the slacker. As you can see here, I waited a long time to do this paper for one of my classes. A lot of people are doing this right now because online we haven't had a ton of assignments, but we still have to do them for the end of the year. Me personally, I think I got about 10 assignments done this week that I haven't done all try. Okay, lastly, we have the cleaner. Somebody who just decides to go and clean everything or fix everything up during quarantine. Alright, those are just some of the people at quarantine that we have for you. As you can see, still haven't gotten a haircut. The plot thickens, as they'd say. Otherwise, it's been Drew Caruth reporting for EaglEye.
Well, I've definitely become the online shopper. I have a 5-year-old, so I've been trying to keep him busy. So just buying stuff to get him to do things. That's me.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, for sure, I'm the gamer. I mean, I have a gamer chair here, headset, all that stuff. Been gaming all day, basically, since quarantine started. But I'm also a procrastinator as well.
I'm definitely a procrastinator, and I actually did a story on that. We can check it out.
that story was pretty much
Procrastination.
similar to
Mhm.
what I do all the time. I mean, I don't use my time effectively, and I just do whatever I want until the deadline of the work. But some people use their time very, very well.
I think more people don't use effectively than those who do, because some people say, "Oh, my goal is to be more time conservative or spend my time more wisely." I like to jump ahead to things. What about you, Drew?
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. Just speaking from like e-learning and stuff, like right away I was like, yeah, let's get this stuff out of the way. Let's do this. First week, yeah, it was great. Second week, I didn't do any of that stuff till probably the last week of school. So procrastination, I can definitely relate to that.
Nice. Well, what sort of things do you not hesitate on getting to?
If I feel maybe creative, I start something that I'm interested in, then I will definitely not procrastinate. I'll definitely do what I want.
One of the things we ran into with EaglEye is people procrastinating on stories and trying to get stories done. But what we found is if it's a story that you like to do, you kind of get on it right away.
Yeah, definitely. And one of the things with our next story is Sarah. She likes to cook a lot. She always sends me snaps of her cooking, and this is one of the things she likes to do. So here's Sarah with the story on cooking.
Hey Eagles, are you in your house bored and hungry? Well, today I'm going to show you how to ball on a budget. Cultural edition. So today I'm going to be showing you how to make a Liberian snack called milked candy. So all you will need for this recipe is oil, condensed milk, frying pan, and a spoon. First, what you're going to do is pour in 1 tablespoon of oil into your frying pan. And then you're going to open up your can of condensed milk and pour it all into your frying pan. Now here comes the hardest part. You're going to start to stir. And when I mean stir, I mean stir. You're going to stir until it starts to caramelize. You're going to stir until it starts to boil. And you're going to have kind of like a caramel color at the end. Kind of like that. But you're going to keep going because you want the consistency to be firm. Once you're done stirring, it's going to be firm. And then you're going to start to mold it into the shape that you want it to be. It has to be hot because when it gets cold, it gets hard. And then boom, delicious, delicious. That's how you do it.
That's delicious. I mean,
Yeah.
it looked so much better than those donuts I get at the fair.
Yeah, I'd eat those.
I would eat it every day if I can.
It's easy to be creative at home because you feel comfortable, and a lot of people are doing home improvement during this time. And Sosna actually has a story on working on her garden.
So obviously when people have a little more time on their hands like they did this spring, they can work on outdoor projects. But now that school's out and summer's here, we really find ourselves with a little more free time to work on home improvement projects. Wouldn't you agree, Ella?
Other than home improvement, a lot of people have been working on self-improvement, and I've been working on my self-confidence. But China actually has a story on self-improvement, such as working out. Let's go right into that.
We're going to do 6 easy workouts inside and out.
First, we started out with jumping jacks. I usually do this 50 times a day. Then you do a lunge and then you jump back and forth. Did this 25 times. Then we ran. Well, we run every day, but we just want to show a little clip of us running. Then inside workouts, we did sit-ups. We usually do 50 of those a day. Then we did push-ups, 100 of those a day that we usually do. And then we did Russian twist. You could do this with the ball or a weight. And we start to stretch. The end.
I could do a lot more of that. I need to do more of that.
That's inspiring. Makes me want to do some simple workout stuff at home. And now that the gyms are back open again, maybe people will go back out, but maybe people will find a way to do that at home more often now.
Yeah, for me, I mean, I wish I did some of that. I bought a skateboard over quarantine, still haven't started to learn that. But, you know, there's still time left in the summer. Otherwise, there's a lot of stuff that we've been through this year, a lot of stuff that we're still going through. That is COVID-19, the peaceful protests, the fight for racial equality. We just have Hunter here to wrap up our year. It's not really a segment, it's just a wrap up. It's for everybody. Otherwise, here's Hunter with that.
As the 2019-2020 school year comes to a close, for some of us this was just the beginning of Apple Valley. And for some of us, we're closing a chapter in our lives. This year, we started out as just any normal school year, with homecoming, football games, and all the excitement surrounding high school. But we didn't know of some unprecedented and unexpected events would take place. Then 2020 started, and it sure did not give us a break. Wildfires, global tension, and a global pandemic. Our last day of school without knowing it was March 13th, 2020. We went into lockdown. We spent a few months staying in our homes, staying in place, trying to just keep going. We switched school to online. We adapted, and we continue to make new ways so we can keep our safety our #1 priority. With all this misfortune, it showed us what humanity really means. The front line of the virus through healthcare workers and essential workers, which turned out to be many of us. The teachers who adapted and provided learning in an all-technology way. The families who went through hardships, and us, the students who kept going, even though what we were once used to was no more. We spread positivity through parades of cars and simpler things like waving to a friend or relative through a living room window. What we're going through now isn't easy, but we did it so far. We're still here, we're still going, and our school year is just ending. For the graduates of 2020, we did it. We're graduating and starting a new chapter of our lives. And thank you to the teachers that adapted and kept teaching. For now, that's a wrap on the 2019-2020 school year and season 14 of EaglEye, a year that will go down in history for sure. A thank you is in order to everyone. So this summer, keep safe, keep well, and keep positive. From EaglEye and Apple Valley to everyone, we hope you have a good summer and know we're always here. So go on, keep doing your best, and congrats to the class of 2020. And for my last time, I'm Hunter Bertram, tuning out from the EaglEye studio.